All right. I want to surprise you with this one. How up to date are you on, like, if I were to say the words Animal Crossing meme, what
Current Animal Crossing memes?
Okay, I just want to, like,
I would be very adept.
Okay, no, like, okay,
give it a shot.
All right, we're gonna see where this goes. We're gonna
Somebody sent me a meme of Isabel smoking weed the other day, if that qualifies.
No, it's kind of a little, like, not internet lore. It's been all over the fucking internet. Like, I don't see how you're relating this to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay.
I'm gonna trust you as a content creator.
We're gonna play
Memesaur.
We're gonna play a nice, rousing game of does this get cut from the podcast?
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the Triforce Podcast, where we talk about video games, we talk about movies, anime now, apparently.
Yeah, we're fucking multimedia at this point.
That alone is gonna get us copyright.
Watch the show. No.
It's the Triforce.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have been waiting so long for this part, but kind of like, you know, I wanted to really just vibe with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3 because this is
always.
This is one of the coolest sequences in anime ever. And, like, I was watching this to get in preparation for this podcast because it's so fucking cool and it's so dense and in both ways.
Yeah, the individuals present are thick, like they are
absolutely good
elephant
lord.
men.
Oh god, but like I'm listening to the music and like lately I can't listen to anything that sounds even vaguely Egyptian without thinking about that stupid fucking Anka meme that's been going around Twitter and TikTok and YouTube and like. God, like why? Why is that the thing that took the internet by storm recently? I just want to watch JoJo, you know.
I'm 83, so you're going to need to explain this to me. I do not know what you're talking about.
I'm not going into detail, but the internet's a bunch of fucking degenerates and like.
One of those.
Oh,
okay,
it's one of those videos. Yeah, like if you.
This is what you decided to start with?
No, it goes. I'm just so mad about it because I'm listening to the soundtrack and all I can think of is that stupid fucking song from that video, and I'm like, I hate this. I hate that that's where my mind is going right now. I just want to watch 5 giant buff dudes. I want to watch this kid and his grandpa go on an adventure through Egypt to beat a fucking space vampire. Is that okay? Like, can I just do that?
Yeah. You saved me at the end with the description there. You saved me at the end, brother. You had me in the first half, I'm not gonna lie. But we made it.
I just want to watch that. Like, is that so weird?
Well, you know what? I just want to say up top, I just want to, kind of preface by saying something that I fessed to in the last podcast. Stardust Crusaders was my sort of foray into JoJo. Like, did I skip parts 1 and 2? Yes. Did I go back and watch parts 1 and 2 afterwards? Yes. But Stardust Crusaders has a very important place in my heart, and I don't believe anybody could deny a very important place in kind of the JoJo canon, because Araki really said, hey, remember Hamon? Well, forget everything you know about that because we're using stands now.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad at that because it's just like, I loved Hamon. I got really invested in it.
Buddy.
And then all of a sudden, Jojo comes around. He's like, look at this fucking buff ghost I got walking around with me. And look at this other dude that's got another buff ghost with a hawk head. And I'm like, why?
No. You're getting far away from yourself now, but yes.
God.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean. I get it. I get that JoJo sort of started with Hamon, and as a result, like, you are no longer using magic breathing to harness the power of the sun into your hands to fight vampires.
Yeah,
but you get a cool like ghost friend. It's sick. Like is it what the I guess the creator originally intended? Maybe not, but like if he decided this and decided to move on when parts 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, and 8 with the stand system. Like, it's clear that Araki prefers this
We're
to Hama.
up to a motherfucker named Jojo Leon, okay? Like, come on now.
Yo, Jojo Leon, I haven't even dipped my toe into that one. I still have to get... I'm still mining the depths of whatever the hell Steel Ball Run is. So, yo, when Steel Ball Run gets an anime when I'm 43, I can't wait to watch it.
Oh man.
No, I feel like I definitely hit early 30s before that we have a probably a Jojo anime, but like
Jojo,
you know. You know what? Fuck it. I'm sorry. I have to complain before we even get started about Stone Ocean. Stone Ocean on Netflix. The episodes are coming out once a month.
What?
Did you know this? Once a month.
That's stupid.
Get fucked, right? And you know who we wouldn't have part 6 Stone Ocean without?
A what?
Little gentleman, but the name. The best one until he's not, to quote our friend Nicole. Mr. Jotaro Kujo.
Oh,
okay?
God.
The first JoJo to not wear the Joestar name.
Absolutely. He is the best JoJo now.
and I'm gonna say it, and I like him in Diamond is Unbreakable. Fucking sue me. I don't care.
I don't like him in Diamond is Unbreakable because he's
Whatever. We're not talking about that.
No, we're
right
not talking about Diamond. We're talking about Stardust Crusaders, the introduction of probably one of the most important JoJos, I'd say.
Yeah, he's up there. I'd say Joseph definitely has his fingers in many pies, if you understand my meaning and my very uncouth choice of words. Excuse me.
I would say so. But like, yeah, I'm just thinking of the fucking meme you sent me earlier.
Oh yeah, no, that was pretty bad. I had to pass that on to somebody who would understand me.
So good.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I definitely think Jotaro is one of my favorites, if not my favorite JoJo protagonist.
Yeah.
Oh, is he perfect? No.
No.
He was fucking Jonathan Joestar. Fuck off.
Jonathan Joestar, I would actually go the opposite. I think he was too perfect. You know what I mean? He was too perfect of a character to fail, and that's fucking boring.
Exactly. He was a believable 17-year-old kid. Like, Joseph was supposed to be young, but he was supposed to be, like, in his mid-20s. Like, he was supposed to be the same age as Jonathan. Jotaro is 17 years old.
Jotaro Kujo is a high schooler. Like, he is the definition
Heisman.
of that typical, your average high schooler meme in anime. Like, he's that trope. And I love that. He is the perfect definition of that trope.
I think he's probably one of the progenitors of the trope of I am just an average high school student and just being like a wide individual.
Oh yeah, because this came out a long time ago.
It did. The original air date of the anime, was in the early 80s, 90s.
Yeah, holy shit, dude.
But even go a little further back on that timeline, and we have kind of the in media res that we get of Stardust Crusaders, which in the first episode we get really right where we left off. And if you go back and watch our part 1 and 2 podcast of JoJo, you'll see that the part 2 ends with Joseph Joestar getting on a plane to Japan.
Yes.
So here we are with episode 1. A man possessed by an evil spirit.
Yeah.
And original air date, April 5th, 2014, and then an English dub came in 2017. In the 1880s, the Vampire Dio, the enemy of the Joestar family, way back in part 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, possesses the body of the deceased Jonathan Joestar and survives by hiding in a coffin for 100 years.
Just fucking... God, man.
Dio. Shakes fist, Dio. Literally.
Like,
in 1983...
Why?
Yeah, what's up?
It's just like, why? I just don't understand, like... I mean, don't you think about it Like, don't you have like 100 years to think about like, you know what? Maybe
No.
I could do something else with my fucking vampire powers.
Nah, Dio has 100 years to be petty.
Oh,
Every
God.
second of that 100 years was spent alive, awake, and petty.
Oh, God.
In 1983, the coffin holding Dio is salvaged from the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. Over 1986 and 87, manifestation of life energy known as stands emerged from Jonathan's grandson Joseph Joestar and teenage great-grandson Jotaro Kujo. So, stands. Now we have to talk about stands.
Yeah, we do.
There is more to come about stands in in Diamond is Unbreakable, that explains the fact of why Joseph and Jotaro get the... Oh no, it's explained in this part. So we'll find out. I think probably in our part 2, because there's no way we're getting through all of this. I faked Colton out that we were going to go through all 48 episodes today.
Oh no!
and turn in at 2 in the morning, but we're not going to do that. But, but right now, basically that's all you need to know. They are physical manifestations of your fighting spirits, like the kind of like a Green Lantern kind of thing, a construct of your willpower, so to speak.
Right.
And I think that they're really cool in that regard, personally, and they take different forms, they have different powers, they have different abilities. There are different kinds of stands, obviously, as we go on throughout the series. Way more start to come in way more different ways. But I think that pretty cool. Once stands got introduced, I think Jojo changed for the better. And it obviously went off from here. So yeah, that's pretty much all you got to know. It's like having a spirit Pokemon that you can do stuff with.
But also, like, if it gets hurt, it hurts you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So also,
a
stands
spirit ghost
can affect...
Pokemon voodoo doll.
Yeah, facts. That's pretty good to put in movie, actually. Not appropriative. Also, just like the idea of like harm transferring to something else.
I don't think there's any other analogy for that.
Just want to be careful.
Yeah.
What we are here to say, though, is that obviously the stand combat is the only way to harm another stand. So human beings cannot harm a stand. And only certain stands can be seen by human beings, but stands can affect the physical world.
Yeah, so like a stand can punch you, but you can't punch a stand.
No fucking way, no way. And like a stand can outright murder you, and you have like no say in the matter at all. Yeah, there are certain stands that, there are certain points in the series where like regular ass people are like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, you tend to forget that in the course of this whole show, because like I remember looking at the memes of Jojo like way before watching it. I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, what the double fuck is going on in this show? And like, then you watch the actual show, and in the context of the show, everything makes sense that's happening for the most part, and it's so weird. But then you just gotta step away for a second and realize that there are actual fucking bystanders watching this happen. Essentially, it's the equivalent of like watching, you and I sitting in, like, imagine you and I stood in front of each other in the middle of the street, and all of a sudden, we just started exploding and posing. Like, that's... That's what it would look like outside to an outsider. And it's just insane.
So that's pretty much it. It's tough for like a normal person to understand.
Absolutely.
So Joseph, in Japan in 1987, Jotaro Kujo has willingly turned himself into jail, refusing to leave as he believes his stand with precise movements, later to be known as Star Platinum, is an evil spirit that is possessing him. So
45 seconds into the show, may I add.
The title of the episode, And the first thing we do is hear him call his mother a bitch. Not cool.
No.
I feel like parts 4 and 5 Jotaro would be very upset with him. Plus, Holly Kujo is great. Holly Kujo is a great character.
Absolutely.
We love Holly, always. Her father, Joseph Joestar, so Jotaro's mother, obviously Joseph is Jotaro's grandpa. O-E-G-G. Grandson, Joseph flies in from New York with his friend, the Egyptian stand user, Muhammad Avdol.
Oh, the man,
boy.
the myth, the legend.
I fucking love that man.
I will say, I wanted to make this comparison before, but I want to get your opinion on this.
Please.
Definitely the Piccolo of the show.
Shut the fuck up, you're so right. Always dying and coming.
Right?
Oops. Yeah. Yeah, Muhammad Abdul, the most capable, the most knowledgeable about stands, about Dio, about all of the shit, always setting up grand plot points. I agree 100% with you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me hit you with this real quick. Okay?
All right, let's go.
I wanna ask you, as a lover, that Kakyoin is the TN of this series.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big facts. Enemy turned friend and absolutely adores the main character. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
There he is.
Muhammad Abdul's fire manipulating stand, Magician's Red. Oh my god, so Magician's Red. The only chicken I will ever love. Honestly, reminded me of my love of Blaziken as a child.
Yes, absolutely.
Magician's Red is a really buff, like, bird-headed fire. Oh my god, his stand is so fucking cool. Anyway.
Yeah, just imagine a really buff dude with a chicken head. That's it.
Yeah, and Star Platinum is a really buff dude with, like, purple skin and, like, long hair, and he punch really fast.
Oh, he punch.
So fast. Oda. Yeah, when Jotaro leaves his cell, Joseph tells Jotaro about Dio and stands, and how Dio is likely the cause of their stands emerging, which that is 100% true. That ends up being the case. Because Dio is always behind everything, always.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, Dio senses the presence of the Joestars, and obviously resolves to kill them once again.
Because you know what? At this point, what the fuck else does he have to do?
Nothing. He's waited 100 years for this.
I just want to know what Dio's like after plan was. You know, like what was he gonna do once he killed the Joestars?
Jazzercise, I think, personally. Like, I think he's just gonna get really into, like, just physical fitness. He might do some CrossFit. Who knows?
Oh my god. He ends up working at a vitamin shop, just like, oh god.
I think just, like, he just steals stuff by stopping time, probably.
Oh yeah.
Episode 2, Who Will Be the Judge? Dio orders the boy, Noriaki Kakyoin.
There he is.
Kakyoin, bro, my boy. A recent transfer to Jotaro's school to kill Jotaro. Because the Jojo formula is introduced as enemy, punch, friend.
literally knock the hostility out of them.
Well, I feel like Stardust explains it rather well.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the other parts have no excuse.
No, not at all.
As Jotaro walks to school, Kakyoin's stand, Hierophant Green, uses its power to cause a deep cut to appear suddenly on Jotaro's leg. Literally this one time and never again.
I know! Like, Nicole was telling me this whole thing, like, that Kakyoin has these amazing powers that he uses here and no other time.
It's because we'll learn probably why, and that's like the most common fan conclusion is that he was given a temporary power boost, essentially.
Oh, God.
Anyway, Kakyoin is also a stand user, and Kakyoin stand Hierophant Green, right? Hierophant Green's fucking sick. We love Hierophant Green. Obviously, a lot of, if you're understanding the theme as well, we've also been introduced into Joseph's stand Hermit Purple. So a lot of these stands are you love Joseph Joestar, and you love
Joseph
Joestar.
You know what? Shit tier stand, A tier character. I'm just gonna go
Correct.
right there.
They had to give him a bad stand. Like he was. I don't even think Herman Purple's that bad. He became Spider-Man. It was pretty sick.
It came in handy a lot. It's literally just like, imagine he's Spider-Man but with spikes.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, unless you're talking about the camera thing. Like, the camera thing...
Oh, the camera thing is so dumb.
Yeah, it is
The camera
so
thing is
stupid.
so dumb.
But, like,
Oh,
if
my
that's
Lord.
the only thing you're taking into consideration, yeah, Hermit Purple's fucking garbage. But, like, that's just, you know? But that's just
Right.
having a built-in grappling hook all the time. What are you talking about? That's
Pretty dope. So, if you're noticing a theme in the stand names, Star Platinum, Hermit Purple, Hierophant Green, Magician's Red, they're color and tarot cards.
Yes.
So, and that's going to continue throughout most of this series until we start to get into some stands later on in the series. Jotaro falls down a flight of stairs but uses Star Platinum to divert his fall. Later, as Jotaro heads to the infirmary to have his wound healed, Hierophant Green possesses the nurse's body. The nurse stabs one of the other students with a pen before going after Jotaro with inhuman strength.
Oh, he sure does.
Yeah. Jotaro uses Star Platinum to pull out Hierophant Green out of the nurse's body, leaving the nurse with harsh internal injuries. So Hierophant Green went inside her ass and started puppeteering her.
Oh, my God. Yeah, this was fucking crazy. Like, and this is all
Totally
happening
crazy.
in a high school, by the way. Like, and you know what I really adore, by the way? Is that this show suffers so hard from obvious protagonist syndrome. It is the funniest fucking thing in the world to watch Jotaro Kujo walk through this high school with literal, like, silhouettes of people almost. And it's just like normal high school people, and then Jotaro fucking Kujo.
That's so funny for
to
no
look
reason.
at. And like even Kakuin kinda even
No,
sort
that
of
man.
looks like.
No, everyone's wearing black and Kakuin's wearing green. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but
Get
like,
out of
even he
here.
like plausibly looks like a student there. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
It's not that. It's weird. It's way off the base, but not even remotely as off base as Jotaro being there with his fucking gold J on his belt. Like, get the fuck out
His chains on his collar for no reason.
Get out of here. His hat that is his hair.
I love Jotaro Kujo's destroyed hat collection. It's my favorite part about
God,
JoJo.
so stupid.
Star Platinum shrugs off Hierophant Green's Emerald Splash attack.
Oh, yeah.
The Emerald Splash. And pummels Hierophant Green until Kakuin falls unconscious. The first Star Platinum Aura Rush, actually. The where it's a sequence of Star Platinum punching a lot to the repeated, just super fast punches. Yeah, no, it's pretty common from here on out. So you gotta get used to it, you know.
I think we get
it's,
one an episode, honestly.
It's my favorite thing in anime. It's obviously my favorite thing about the show. It's my favorite thing about the series.
It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventures equivalent of when the rosary is taken off.
Shut up!
Like,
No! Cut that out of the podcast. I better not hear that in the final cut. You don't talk like that to me ever again. You understand me? Unbelievable.
That was me getting you back for the Digimon comment last podcast.
Oh, is that how we're doing this? Okay. Wonderful. After leaving the injured nurse to the school facility, Jotaro takes Kakuin back home to Joseph and Avdol. Joseph explains that Kakuin is Dio's pawn and will likely die in a few days, caused by something implanted on Kakuin's forehead. Oof. Which leads us into Episode 3, The Curse of Dio. Joseph reveals that the object on Kakuin's forehead is a quote-unquote flesh bud.
Flesh
I hate it. I hate
Flesh
it. I
bud?
hate that that's the description so
Flesh
much.
Bud is going to be the name of my grindcore band.
We are Flesh Bud. It has a tendril going straight into his brain, making him swear loyalty to Dio. Determined to save Kakyoin, Jotaro uses Star Platinum to remove the bud carefully from Kakyoin's brain, while Joseph uses his stand Hermit Purple to destroy it.
Oh, God.
The next day, a stand emerges from Jotaro's mother, Holly Kujo, but she does not have enough power to control it. Avdol estimates that as a result, she only has 50 days to live. As killing Dio is the only way to save Holly, Jotaro uses Star Platinum's precision to analyze a spirit photo, quote-unquote, of Dio taken by Joseph's stand Hermit Purple. So a lot of stuff just happened. We are introduced into Holly Kujo in, like, the very first frame of this series. Like, she's Jotaro's mom, a ray of sunshine lady, Joseph's daughter. You know, she meets him at the airport. They have a whole little interaction. Holly is very important, like, from day one. Until this moment. She gets taken offline in this moment.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. So, it's rough. But your boy Joseph plays an important role in locating Dio. So, I want you to explain Hermit Purple to the people in that regard.
Okay. So...
It's up to you to defend Joseph Joestar for me.
You're gonna make me defend Joseph Joestar here?
Always.
Okay.
As you watch this man plunge his fist through an 1899 ass camera.
I will try. Picture this with a Kodak. You are Joseph Joestar, and you need to get a picture of where Dio is. Like, you need to get an idea of where this man is. So, fucking... What do? Your stand. This is the first time you're seeing your stand. And this is the first time you're explaining to everyone around you that you have a stand. You're like, holy shit, I've been this hormone user for all this time, and now I have a stand. My hormone is manifested into a stand. Your arms get wrapped around in these purple, spiky tentacles. They look like vines. Like, they're really, really cool. And... what do you think those vines do? You know, ensnare people. Yeah, cool. Grappling hook, as I was saying before.
It's pretty cool in that regard, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Until you find out that the real power behind the stand is Joseph Joestar can create what's called a spirit picture. And a spirit picture only manifests on film cameras, like self-developing film cameras, after he punches through the camera. He has to destroy the camera in order for the spirit picture to manifest.
Oh, it's good stuff.
He is an AV nerd's worst fucking nightmare, and Iraqi, come on, dude! Like, there had to be other ideas. There had to be, like, oh my lord! I'm gonna end this rant with, I adore Joseph Joestar. I love him. I love Hermit Purple for everything else it can do. This is indefensible. I love it. Joseph.
I love it. I think you've done well. Based on a faint image of a particular fly that Star Platinum spotted. That's the dumbest thing I've ever read.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Agdal deduces that Dio is in the Aswan region of Egypt.
He's like...
This fly is only in the Aswan region of Egypt.
They get a picture of a fly.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like, wait, I've seen that fly before.
Yeah, this fly, like, was the undoing of Dio's 100-year plan.
Can you imagine? God, I wish they told him. I wish they told Dio.
This is the moment of that meme where it's like, how did you find me? I was like, I followed my grandfather's body all the way here. We typed a bitch into our GPS and we found you. That's literally the moment right here. Oh my god. So, oh my god. So Kakiwi decides to join the group joined the group because of a fondness he feels for women like Holly.
Oh, God.
You know, is it kind of like a noble thing? He's like, yeah, I'll help out. Sure, I got one of these punch ghosts, so let's do it. Screw it.
One of these punch ghosts.
I got one of them stands, so let's go. I appreciate it, but obviously the joke in the fandom is that Kakyoin wants to bang Jotaro's mom. Like, that's pretty much
There is no doubt in my mind that he does not want to do that. Kakyoin wants to bang Jotaro. Let's be real. Like, let's be real.
There we go.
Like,
Bespoke opinions. Bespoke. As the group takes off on a flight for Egypt, Dio, using his stand power, takes a spirit photo of showing him that they're on their way to Egypt. Joseph and Jotaro sense Dio's presence, suspecting that there may be a stand user on board the plane. They are not flying to Egypt by train. Excuse me.
I mean, let's be real. If anything the Speedwagon Foundation would do you think they wouldn't invent a flying train?
A flying train. Yeah, no. The great-great-grandson, Rodrigo E. Speedwagon.
Rodrigo! Oh, God, I love it.
God, okay. I was going to go through this whole ridiculous sentence. Episode 4, Tower of Grey. A quick and tiny stag beetle-shaped stand named Tower of Grey, which is responsible for causing mass murders that look like tragic accidents, suddenly kills a row of passengers on the plane, using their bloody tongues to spell out the word massacre.
Oh, man. Yeah.
How about that?
I mean, it's cool. It's a cool concept. You know, it's, I mean, the execution, no pun intended, could have used a little work. Like, just... It's
odd. So,
yeah.
I think Araki used this as Stardust Crusaders' explanation to the fact that animals can also manifest stands, which will be important for later on in the series for stands like the Fool and Pet Shop.
I think, not only that, but, like, I think that this also...
And the monkey.
Yes, and the monkey. I really think that this also established that stands aren't just big muscle men. You know what I mean?
No. They can also be tiny stag beetles.
Absolutely. I think this kind of like, he just was like, hey, you kind of got an idea of what stands are supposed to look like, right? Guess the fuck what? We're flipping it on its head. Let's go. Like, it's just, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Before an elderly passenger raises the alarm, Kakyoin knocks him out. Kakyoin uses Hierophant Green's Emerald Splash attack to impale Tower of Grey using spikes from underneath the seating. When Hierophant Green rips Tower of Grey apart, it uses its power, Grey Fly. The elderly man from before, its user, Grey Fly, the elderly man from before, is fatally wounded. So, the old man that tried to raise the alarm, the one that Kakyoin knocked out from to like not do that and not wake up the other passengers, was the stand user all along.
Yeah.
So... this makes the stand independent of the user, because when the user was knocked out, the stand was still active.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we see with Emerald Green, or with
Hierophant Green.
Yeah,
Emerald
Hierophant
Splash
Green
is the attack.
Right. We see Hierophant Green, Star Platinum, and Magician's Red. They're, I wouldn't say attached to their users, but they're always within close proximity, and they always move.
Some of them,
with them.
yeah,
like. Hierophant Green definitely is the least offending of that, but definitely still can be traced back to Kakyoin.
Sure.
But like Star Platinum and Magician's Red so far, and fucking Hermit Purple, we have seen that they're all kind of attached to their users. So this was a perfect example of, oh fuck, stands can be completely independent of their users.
Yep.
So
Joseph discovers that the pilots have been killed, but he safely lands the plane off the coast of Hong Kong. After
because everybody wants Joseph fucking Joestar behind the. Everyone wants Joseph Joestar behind the fucking pilot wheel. Like, it's just, you know, every single time he gets in that pilot seat, something happens. Something bad happens.
After confessing to the group that this is the second time he has been in a crashing plane. He lands the plane off the coast of Hong Kong. The group realizes that they must find an alternative way of reaching Egypt that does not put innocent lives in danger and decide to travel by sea. The group then eats in a Hong Kong restaurant and are then joined by a man who soon reveals himself to be the user of the sword-wielding stand, Silver Chariot, one of Dio's assassins, the escargot himself.
The escargot!
Jean-Pierre Polnareff.
I would just before we continue with Jean-Pierre Polnareff, he's my favorite character in Stardust by far. I adore Jean-Pierre Polnareff in his one fucking brain cell. He is my favorite. I just adore him. My name on Twitter for a long time, because I go to the gym a lot and I fancy myself to be someone who works out and, is kind of strong. So my name on Twitter for a long time was Jean-Pierre Polnareps. And then I won a Twitter contest recently for a summoned skull, which is really cool. And I just want to shout out Ruxin34. Thank you so much for that. But I got the package in the mail, and I realized I forgot to give him my name. So I have in my home a package with my address on it that I will not be putting on Twitter, but the name it is addressed to is Jean-Pierre Polnareps.
No. Oh, you've got to text me that yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard, man.
I was in tears when I got it. It was amazing. I want to frame it. Like, it's so good. Oh, fuck, dude. It's so funny.
Episode 5, Silver Chariot.
Yes.
Silver
One of the
Chariot.
coolest stands ever.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely a really cool stand. One of the more mechanical looking stands.
Yes.
Kind of definitely like a weird, a rapier wielding, chevalier kind of looking.
Yes.
Love it. Yeah. And also the chariot, still keeping with the tarot theme. Silver Chariot fights Magician's Red in Tiger Bomb Garden. Both Polnareff and Silver Chariot are engulfed in Avdol's flames. Before the group can celebrate victory, Polnareff has Silver Chariot shed its protective armor, allowing it to move even faster and produce shadow images and attack from multiple angles. Avdol overcomes the clones using Magician's Red's Crossfire Hurricane Special with multiple flames to distract the decoys before attacking Polnareff directly from underground with a larger cone of flame. So dope. The Polnareff Avdol fight is so cool.
Yeah, it's just so beautiful to watch. And especially, I mean, I watched the original Stardust Crusaders.
Oh, God.
The new fight looks fucking gorgeous. I really, really adore it. And it's just, and the dialogue is, it's all right. It's Jojo, but like, it was such a cool fight.
Yeah. I think it's enemy paunch friend.
Yes.
Once again.
Absolutely.
And Polnareff continues to be a presence throughout JoJo.
Polnareff is the Yamcha of the group.
Incorrect. No way.
In terms of personality.
I guess.
You think so?
Yeah, no. I'd put him even more so at like a Hercule. Like he's
Hercule.
I don't think I think Hercule will whoop Yamcha's ass.
Oh, 100%. Actually, I don't know about that. Yamcha's contended with some pretty big boys.
Anyway, Polnareff admits defeat and resigns himself to be killed by the flames. Realizing his chivalry, Avdol releases Polnareff from the flames. Jojo uses Star Platinum to extract the flesh blood controlling Polnareff. As the group heads for the boat they chartered from the Speedwagon Foundation.
Yes.
I'm going to say it like that every time it comes up.
That's fine.
Polnareff appears and reveals that his true goal is to find and kill a stand user with 2 right hands who all right, I'm going to just preface that there is a mention of, just a trigger warning here of sexual assault. So if you want to just skip the 15 seconds or so. His true goal is to find and kill a stand user with 2 right hands who raped and murdered his younger sister, Cherie. Yeah. So I think that this shows that Polnareff has like a very, very noble but personal motive, and it's something that Dio takes advantage of in order to put the flesh bud in his head and to control him for his own gain.
Yeah, and that just goes to show the true evil of Dio, which is like he can just hear that and obviously know that Polnareff is like he needs this. He needs to kill this man. He needs to have this revenge. And Dio is like, okay, cool. I can use this and twist it and just throw him away when I'm done with him. Like,
it's Dio.
It's fucked, man.
We do have to mention that Dio is Rain's favorite character. We did have to mention that.
Yes, we do. Got Dio, get Dio. I mean, like, it's just... it's...
You son of a bitch.
That's all I can think about.
I have to agree. I do love Dio in Stardust Crusaders. I do think
I love him.
He's a delicious villain, but he's a terrible, terrible being. Like
I would use the term I hate to love him. Yeah,
that's fair. 100%. Especially, he's just so fashionable. I love him.
Yeah, oh God, is he fashionable. Except at the end of Dio's world. I don't know what he was going for there, but yeah, we'll say. We'll get there.
He was swayed by Dio when he promised to help him find the culprit. Learning that the culprit is likely someone in Dio's employ, Polnareff decides to join the Joestar group on their journey to Egypt. So now they are traveling by sea, which leads us into episode 6, Dark Blue Moon.
Oh, yes.
Dark Blue Moon. The Joestar group begin their 3-day journey towards Singapore, but discover a young stowaway named Anne on board. Anne jumps overboard and is threatened by a shark, but is rescued by Jotaro. So, yeah, we learn that there's this little girl on board, and she, like, gets discovered, but then she isn't like, oh no, please, whatever, doesn't, like, beg for her life. She just whips out a knife, and she's like, do you motherfuckers want to dance? Like, do you want to go?
I love this character.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's so fucking funny. Like,
I loved her.
And it's perfect. It's perfect. It has to happen like that. Because Jotaro wouldn't have, like, tolerated anything less than that. And he only kept her around because he's like, you know what? If I left her alone, she could fucking stab a motherfucker. And that's fine with me. So,
Jotaro's like, I saw strength.
I love it. I love this character.
Right. Yeah. So, a seafaring stand approaches the boat. So everybody's like, oh shit, there's a stand in the area. Like, everyone's like, oh no, there's a stand approaching in the sea, but they can't see anything.
Yeah. But it's really funny because it's at this point where we kind of like, we get that whole meme where it's like, are you an enemy stand user? Like, they're on the boat and they're like, literally anybody could be the stand user. And like, it's crazy because they're pretty much like, I wouldn't say interrogating everybody on board, but they're definitely like really being sus about everything.
Yeah. The Joestar group suspects that Anne is a stand user working for Dio.
Yep. That they do.
This little ass girl, bro. Oh, dude. But Jotaro instead exposes the ship's captain as an imposter. The fake Captain Tennille has his stand, Dark Blue Moon, take Anne hostage, challenging Jotaro to fight him against him in the ocean, where he would have the advantage.
I do really like that a lot of the stands now, well, not the stands, but the characters start to have like a lot of the musical names. I mean, obviously REO Speedwagon is different, but like...
Sure. We've had that throughout, but like there's we like had so many stands named after the Tyro that it's like you notice the change.
Yeah, and it's really fun. Like this one, Captain Tennille is from Captain and Tennille, and I really, really like that. It's just like we get. It's so strange or it's kind of cool actually to see the way it progresses. In oh my god, Battle Tendencies, we have like older rock groups, and now we're getting into new, like not newer, but like. Almost a decade ahead. You know, Captain Tennille was like 70s, 80s, which I think is really cool. And we're kind of like going up the line of music as we go up the seasons.
Well, this takes place in the 80s, so.
Well, yeah, but I think that's cool. I really like that.
Yeah, I think the coolest part about JoJo is its musical references and the stands and like all the little touches and nods that Araki has to Western music. So he's Dark Blue Moon is very fishy looking stand. It's kind of got like a fish Venus flytrap looking face, and it takes N hostage.
Plant.
Yeah, takes N hostage and is like, "Hey, fight me in the ocean, idiot! Haha, I'll have an advantage." Star Platinum beats Dark Blue Moon before it reaches the ocean, knocking its user into the sea. Jotaro Star Platinum is incredibly fast. Like that's its whole shtick. Yeah. So like earlier in episode 1, Jotaro shoots a bullet at his own head and Star Platinum catches it. Yeah. So this thing is incredibly fast.
Not only that, but like it's the whole thing about Star Platinum is it has a range of like what, 6 meters, I think it was?
Yeah, it's like very close range.
Yeah, a very close range stand. But because of that, if you get into its range, you're pretty much done. Like
you're
it's
boned. Bone sauce.
Extremely fast. It is extremely strong. And the best part about this that makes it all that much more dangerous, it is pin precise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's so precise. It can do the tiniest of calculations, and that's what makes it so dangerous.
Yeah. However, acorn barnacles begin to appear on Star Platinum and spread over him, draining its strength and causing Jotaro to fall into the ocean, where Dark Blue Moon creates a deadly whirlpool. It not only forces him to not be able to breathe, but there's also like shells and scales. Dark Blue Moon starts to like put its scales into the water and starts cutting out Jotaro up like crazy. And I just don't know how these protagonists keep their heads in situations like this. Jotaro keeps himself limp, allowing Star Platinum to concentrate its strength and counterattack with the one, the only, Starfinger!
Oh, yes.
Starfinger, man. Good. Starfinger, maybe used another time. I think it gets used here and like one other time. Oh my god, it's crazy. Starfinger, it's just fingers just extend in just immense power. Like all of Star Platinum's power gets concentrated into its like 2 fingers.
Yeah, it's literally the burning finger from Gundam, but like Star Platinum, and I love it.
Correct.
But like, what's really funny about this is you said something really funny that I would love to elaborate on for a second. That you're like, I don't know how protagonists keep cool in a situation like this. I would be inclined to agree with you if it was any other show. You know what I mean? Like, it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If I had a fucking punch ghost that could punch a hole through a tractor trailer at all times, and I had access to that at all times, I would be afraid of nothing. Are you kidding me?
I would fear man nor God. No fear man nor God.
I would be ready to either fight God or become him. Like, I would be no fear. Absolutely none.
I love it. Suddenly, several planted bombs explode on board of the ship, forcing the group and crewmates to escape on emergency lifeboats. After signaling for help, a large and mysterious freighter approaches the boats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So, anything to say about, this mysterious freighter before we get into it?
I wonder what could be on the mysterious freighter that just happened to be in that part of the ocean where, you know, these particular men are on a journey to avoid suspicious individuals, and there's a vampire that can see their every move. I wonder what could possibly be on this freighter.
Episode 7, Strength. On board the freighter, the only life form is a stand-using orangutan called Forever.
Yeah. Yeah, there sure fucking is.
As if that wasn't enough, whose stand known as Strength is the freighter itself.
Yep.
It's insane.
I like this, though. I like this a lot, though. We just get, like, this is just fucking, like, this is so ridiculous right out the gate. Because it's like, imagine, what episode is this? We're on episode 6?
7.
7. Okay. We're on episode 7. 6 episodes ago, we just established that stands are a thing.
You're right. You're right.
We've gotten Star Platinum can catch fucking bullets. Magician's Red is a walking laser cannon. Hierophant Green is a puppeteering, emerald shooting alien creature. Then we got the Stag Beetle. Then we got Silver Chariot, which is just a robot sword fighter. Then we got the fucking Petey Piranha of the sea. And now we have a whole fucking ship. I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and just how 0 to 100 it goes all the time.
Yeah. I've learned that if you learn to ask no questions, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is the most enjoyable anime known to man. Because it's just ridiculous shit from every direction.
If you don't ask how this happened, everything makes sense. If you turn off the word, if you filter out the word how in your mind while you're watching JoJo, it is the most enjoyable experience you'll ever have.
Right. Okay. So, Forever, Forever the orangutan kills the sailors and corners Anne in the shower. Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Jotaro saves Anne and fights Forever, but finds himself attacked by various parts of the ship, considering the ship is the stand. Forever then traps the Joestar party within parts of the ship, but Jotaro taunts him. Then Star Platinum launches Jotaro's jacket button into Forever's skull with another Star Finger, thus killing Forever.
Can you imagine? Like, just... And he's totally calm this whole time. Like, totally that's what kind of pisses me off about Jotaro. Like, I mean, I love Jotaro because, like, he's so fucking powerful and he is so competent at all times, but he's just lazy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
He's 17. I was lazy too.
But... Okay, I would say your laziness would equate to playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when you had to clean your room, not fucking saving your friends from a giant ghost ship orangutan wielding death machine. I don't know, man. I think there's a little bit of a gap there.
Right. Strength loses its form, forcing Jotaro and others to escape the lifeboats, and as the ship reverts to its original form of a tiny boat.
That's another thing. Is like stands build on objects, you know, which is cool. Some stands, you know,
some stands do.
Don't have to.
Like we said earlier, some stands have the ability to affect the physical world.
The best thing you can remember about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is some stands can just fucking do that. And that's all you need to know going in.
Stands are weird, man. Stands are weird, but they're the best also. Upon hearing of Forever's defeat, Dio's advisor, Enya the Hag, who has 2 right hands, just another little tidbit there for those of us who were paying attention.
Everybody remembered that.
I honestly didn't even notice 100%. That was crazy when it became like relevant later on in the series. I was like, oh shit, what the hell? It was great. I guess I missed it the first time.
I mean, they did like a little shot of it, and, like it was like a blink and you miss it kind of thing. But I was like, oh fuck.
She assures Dio that there are still 6 other stand users, including her son, left to face the Joestars. In Singapore, the Joestar group decide to stay in a hotel to plan the next leg of their trip. So that is leading us into episode 8, The Devil.
Yeah.
The Joestar group check into a hotel with N, but Polnareff enters his room. He, Polnareff's a Frenchman, he enjoys a little bit of the wine and cheese, he likes the finer things in life. So, the one piece of a hotel room you're normally kind of not supposed to touch is the minibar.
Yeah.
That's for the fancy folk.
It's a big no-no.
Right. So he realizes that one of Dio's assassins, Devo the Cursed, is hiding in his refrigerator.
He sure fucking is.
I totally forgot he was in the refrigerator.
He definitely is in the refrigerator.
I remember Devo. I do not remember the fact that he was in the fucking fridge, man. I didn't know that. Anyway.
He's a stone cold killer.
Polnareff easily defeats Devo, who throws himself off of the hotel balcony and disappears. Polnareff informs Abdul and Joseph of the situation and arranges to regroup with them later. In his room, Polnareff suddenly receives a cut on his legs and then is strapped to the underside of his bed. The culprit is revealed to be a doll that Devo possessed using his stand Ebony Devil.
Yeah.
The Ebony Devil episode was a lot. And it begins the trend of Polnareff getting fucking singled out.
Like, just rocked every time he's by himself. Like, there's a whole meme about Polnareff getting his ass kicked in the bathroom. Like, it happens like 3 times.
It does happen 3 times. You're right.
Oh, God.
Polnareff struggles to fight against the doll as Silver Chariot cannot accurately attack in areas that Polnareff cannot see. Which is fair. He's a sword fighter, right? So he has to, be seeing his opponent, normally very good one-on-one damage.
Right.
Polnareff attacks the doll precisely by using the reflections of a pieces of mirror that he shattered earlier. Unable to learn anything from his opponent, Polnareff cuts the doll into pieces, which in turn kills Devo the Cursed, who had been controlling his stand from within the hotel. As Polnareff deals with the authorities, Joseph uses Hermit Purple on his room's television, rapidly changing channels to reveal a hidden message, warning them that Kakyoin is Dio's servant. Weird.
Yeah, it is. It's weird.
This is probably a case of Araki forgot. I'll be honest with you. But he definitely was Dio's servant. I don't remember anymore, but whatever. So yeah, Ebony Devil is a cool episode to kind of get you into the Jojo mindset. Like it's such a Jojo is so great for like the feeling of like, how are they going to get out of this? Like, how is this? What is going to happen? Like, that suspense is part of why I love it.
Yeah, and it's like, you're right, this is like peak JoJo, where this is...
I would say so, yeah.
It's just, this is exactly how it's gonna be forever. So, just strap in, it's gonna be like this all the time. It's like, how the fuck did they get into this situation? What is the situation? And how are they going to get out? It's the 3 very important questions, where usually only the one is, how are they going to get out of this? Where you're sitting here going like, what the fuck is even going on? You know what I
mean? Yeah. That's fair. It's tough. It's tough. You kind of are just like, okay, I guess it's over. At some points.
It's just, and then Jotaro will come in eventually and just inevitably be like, I did this.
I remember why they did this Kakyoin is Dio's servant thing, because of this little episode that's about to happen, and one of the best. Oh my god. Episode 9, Yellow Temperance. Rubber Soul, one of Dio's assassins.
Yep.
Just a little quick Beatles reference. Rubber Soul, one of Dio's assassins, uses his blob-like stand Yellow Temperance to disguise himself as Kakyoin. As the two take their fight into the cable cars, Yellow Temperance begins to consume Jotaro's body. Jotaro defeats Rubber Soul by dragging him down into the sea below, forcing Rubber Soul to lower Yellow Temperance's guard to breathe and leaving him open to a direct physical attack. Meaning that man got the aura real fast. If you drop your guard, Star Platinum.
It's just like it was such a funny fight too, because Jotaro seemed entirely unbothered by the entire thing, and it pissed Rubber Soul off so much.
It sure did. Yeah, that's fair.
It was so good. It was such a fun fight to watch.
But we can't not discuss Rubber Soul as Kakyoin because it's hysterical.
No, we have to.
And it leads to the Kakyoin meme, I believe. Like, I mean, this man is, like, drawn with cherries, cherry vibes, cherry blossoms. Yeah. So
I was gonna have that actually on the soundboard, but I was just gonna play it randomly throughout the fucking podcast.
I love that. Yeah, so at one point, there's some ice cream or something, and Jotaro has a cherry, and he's like, how can I get that cherry? Cherries are my favorite. And he's like, sure, buddy, here you go. And Kakyoin just starts really giving the business to this cherry, and Jotaro's like, I don't think you're my friend. Like, I think you're.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You're a fucking imposter. Like,
Z, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Whatever.
If you and I were sitting in my studio or in your apartment, just fucking smoking like we normally do, then all of a sudden, you just started blowing smoke rings and like doing crazy smoke tricks, I'd be like, you know what? When's your birthday? You know?
No, I don't. I don't understand why you're bringing this up, actually. But I appreciate that. That's very sweet. It's July 28th, by the way.
I was just like, when's your birthday? What did we do last week? You
right?
Know,
Yeah.
Start questioning, you know?
Yeah, you'd feel like off brand, like this wouldn't be me. Yeah,
I'd be
I would
like,
say
this
so.
is an imposter who is definitely trying way too hard.
Oh, okay. I see. That's hysterical.
Yeah, it's like this is someone who's like way too hard trying for this.
Yeah, it's true. The Yellow Temperance stand user was like anyone trying to like. I feel like this part is like really about like a. I guess kind of like a disguised villain, but all of them are so bad at what they do.
They really are. They're trying to be Kakyoin without ever meeting Kakyoin.
Yeah. Nobody acts like Noriaki Kakyoin.
Nobody does.
Right. Rubber Soul, after being beaten, then reveals the stands of Dio's next assassins: Death, the Empress, the Emperor, and the Hanged Man. Last of which is used by Jay Guile, a man with two right hands.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
shit.
that guy.
Rubber Soul then makes a last-ditch attack on Joseph by using Yellow Temperance to pull Jotaro into the drain, but Star Platinum punches the drain, raising water pressure to make the manhole hit Rubber Soul, and Jotaro rejoins the group as they continue their journey into India. Unbeknownst to the Joestar group, Anne is following them in the next train car. I forgot how long Anne sticks around. That is interesting.
Yeah, she definitely is. I was about to say she's definitely the Koichi of this show. But, like, I think Koichi has a little bit more of a point.
I would say so. I would say so. It's probably Okuyasu's dad of this show. Definitely.
Yeah. Okuyasu's dad.
I can't wait to have a breakdown of part 4 with you, buddy.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Unbeknownst to the Joestar, episode 10, Emperor and Hanged Man Part 1. The Joestar group arrives in Calcutta, which presents a considerable culture shock. Yeah, I think Joseph Joestar's just being an old man and just, like, complaining about shit. Like...
Yeah, just, like, he's just... angry, he's disgruntled, mildly racist.
Oh no, it's also Polnareff because he's complaining about the toilet. So here's our first.
Oh yeah.
Here's our first instance of Polnareff getting attacked in the toilet, bro.
Well, that Polnareff is just French. They do that.
Right. Polnareff sees Jay Giles stand the Hanged Man in the mirror of a restaurant's toilet. He smashes the mirror before the stand gets too close.
Cool fucking stand, by the way.
Really cool stand.
Unbelievably cool stand.
Really cool stand. Hanged Man was really cool. I have to look him back up. I have to look at him again.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
Scary as fuck.
Very scary.
If you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, he looks like a weird mech mummy. It was sick. It was very much awesome. Fit the part. Very much fit the kind of Egyptian vibe.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Really cool. Afterwards, he decides he should hunt down Jay Guile on his own, despite Avdol's warnings that they should remain together, never split the party. Elsewhere, Whole Horse, another of Dio's assassins.
And he is a whole horse, let me tell you.
He's Whole Horse, all right. Whole Horse is such a character. He's there. He's like alive. He's got a decent stand. It's not anything wild. And like
cool.
The Emperor is my favorite tarot card. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what the Emperor is. And okay, here we go. Teams up with Jay Guile to kill Polnareff. The next day, Jay Guile with Whole Horse, but Jay Guile disappears as the rainy sky clears. Whole Horse uses his stand, the Emperor, which takes the form of a gun. It's just a gun.
It's just a gun.
It's just a gun with homing bullets. It's pretty cool. Yep. If there wasn't punch ghosts, it'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I'd say so. It's just like a shittier version of Sex Pistols. You know?
Yeah,
like,
no,
that's
it's definitely
all it is.
Whole Horse washed so that Mista could run 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Emperor takes the form of a gun to fire a bullet at Polnareff, but the bullet is part of the Emperor and dodges Silver Chariots. Just as the bullet is about to hit Polnareff, Avdol arrives and pushes him into the ground. Avdol then attempts to melt the bullet with Magician's Red. The Hanged Man emerges from the reflection of a puddle and stabs Avdol in the back, allowing the bullet to strike his forehead.
Yeah.
Together, Polnareff and Kakyoin mourn Avdol's death. This is episode 10.
I know.
This is episode
we already
10.
lost someone? What do you mean we lost Avdol already?
Literally episode 10.
Oh, God.
Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Episode 10. Yeah.
This was definitely like the first few seasons of Game of Thrones for Jojo. Like, it's just like, you get attached to a character and boom, goodbye. Like, oh my God.
See you later. So
and not only that,
Avdol,
can you imagine, though?
We have to pour one out for Muhammad Avdol, man. Like,
we do. Especially because he got killed by fucking Whole Horse.
Fucking Whole Horse. Kakyoin shows up. Polnareff's like, how dare you fucking kill my friend? And Whole Horse, taking a page out of the Joestar manual.
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking dips. He just runs away.
Like, but the whole time he's doubting his ability. So, like, I kind of understand. Like, he's just like, yeah, this was all entirely luck, and now there's two of them.
Yeah.
So I'm gone.
Yeah, he was like, my stand works better in conjunction with other stands. Like, it's not very powerful on its own. And that's what I felt was really weird, because the stand is called the Emperor. So, like, shouldn't it be, like, very powerful? Like, I don't know.
It should be. But then again, what is an emperor without their subjects?
I don't know, man, but, like, I shouldn't it have something to do with the, like, stand? I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know, man.
I feel like Silver Chariot, fast. Star Platinum, like, I guess, like, it is like the star of the show. Like, Hermit Purple, like the ability to kind of gaze into the beyond, I guess. Hierophant Green beats the shit out of me. Magician's Red, it invokes magic, red fire. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
I will be honest, though, when you said Hermit Purple, Discord glitched out for a little bit, and I heard Kermit Purple, and now all I can think of is Joseph Joestar's Kermit the Frog. Just... we have to save my daughter, Holly.
Yare, yare.
Yari, yari, daze.
I hate that. Oh, my lord. Emperor and Hanged Man Part 2. Oh, man. Episode 11. Jay Guile provokes Polnareff into attacking his Hanged Man within a glass window, using broken shards of glass to pin him down. However...
Yeah, so that's the cool thing about the Hanged Man, is it jumps from reflection to reflection.
Yeah.
But if there isn't anything within, like, eye shot, it can't jump.
That's
so if
true.
it gets caught within a reflection, it's gone. It's done.
Yeah.
So...
That's the thing. It reminds me very much of Mirror Master, who's a minor Flash villain in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Polnareff, Kakiweed, however, convinces Polnareff to escape in a car. After realizing that the Hanged Man is in the car, in the rearview mirror, they crash the vehicle. They realize that the Hanged Man, is actually a stand of light that jumps between reflective surfaces. The Hanged Man jumps into the reflection of the eyes of a young boy and then nearby beggars, trapping Polnareff and Kakiweed within the group. Kakiweed flips a shiny gold coin into the air, bringing everyone's gaze along with the Hanged Man towards it, allowing Silver Chariot to defeat the Hanged Man and kill Jay Guile, finally avenging his sister Cherie. So, definitely a needed moment for Polnareff.
Absolutely. I'm so happy for him that he gets this, because, like, I was really worried that it was going to be, like, one of those things where Jojo just comes in the last minute and just gives him a fucking aura blast. And I'm like, just give it to fucking Polnareff. And they gave it to fucking Polnareff.
They gave it to Polnareff. Even after a part 2, God. Even after killing Avdol, they still let him do that. They still let him avenge his sister's honor. And his...
It was so good.
Yeah.
It felt so good, especially... having Polnareff outsmart this guy, so good.
Yeah. Not a brain surgeon by any means.
No, but, like, it also shows that, like, yeah, you know what? He's a fucking goofball, but he's still a very competent fighter.
Absolutely. He's chivalrous. He knows his way around.
Yeah, it's so good.
When Whole Horse realizes that Jay Guile is dead, he attempts to flee but is caught by Jojo and Joseph, whom Joseph says have just buried Avdol. Polnareff prepares to kill Whole Horse but is stopped by Whole Horse's lover, Nana, allowing Whole Horse to escape, ostensibly on a horse, by the way. A whole horse on a horse. Whole horse on an entire other horse.
Yeah, for real.
After treating Nana's wounds, Joseph urges the group to continue their journey towards Egypt, unaware that a drop of Nana's blood has caused a mysterious growth to begin to appear on his arm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I hate this stand.
Yeah.
Oh, it freaked me out.
This stand is a lot. Yeah. We'll make it through episode 12, The Empress, as fast as possible. Here we go. The Joestar group, joined by Nana, travel by bus to Varanasi. When the doctor at the clinic attempts to cut Joseph's growth off, the growth grows a face and kills the doctor with his own scalpel, revealing itself...
Yeah, he does.
Revealing itself to be Nana's Empress stand. So, the Emperor and the Empress. Whole horse and Nana. The Empress...
So cool. I mean, it's a cool idea for a stand, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's a very cool idea, but the execution's so fucking weird. I hate that it's like this little gremlin. I hate it.
It is like a gremlin person on your body, yeah.
Oh, God. And what's really funny is that I love that Joseph, like, obviously, what person would believe him? But I love how he gets framed for murder in this town, and that's like the whole subplot of the episode.
Yep. The Empress alerts the police implicating Joseph for the doctor's murder.
Oh, yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
And like, I'm gonna like spoil this now. It's not really a spoiler because it's like, it has nothing to do with the story of the show. But that plot line of him like being implicated for murder is never resolved.
No. Joseph Joestar stays wanted for murder.
It's amazing. Like, it's just...
He's never allowed back in India, ever.
No, not at all. And I love it. It's so funny.
Oh my God, so good. The Empress stops Joseph from moving. Joseph attempts to fight off the Empress using an interesting attempt here. But unfortunately, due to the fact that it is a stand, it is unaffected by his Hamon techniques. So he does use Hamon for a sec here, real quick. So now we learn.
Now we learn
I think
that this is the last time ever that we see Hamon.
Yeah, in part 3 for sure. Actually, this is he does try to use it against Dio later on when they fight. So I know that for a fact. It does not work against Hamon. That to kind of introduce the fact that stands cannot be affected by Hamon energy. And Joseph is really the last Hamon user at time, pretty much.
Yeah, he really is, and it's so sad because I loved when like they actually fought fist to fist. You know, I loved like I just something about that I really enjoy. But you know what? Fucking punch ghosts. You know, we're fine. We're fine with punch ghosts.
Punch ghosts.
A little more love to Hamon. I would love a little more love to Hamon.
Love. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of showing. I think this is like the kind of everyone like going like it's just like the future is now, old man kind of thing.
I know.
But so the Empress stops him from moving, but then Joseph uses Hermit Purple to break free and searches for its user. As the growth grows larger and stronger, Joseph plunges his arm into a barrel containing coal tar. Although the stand cannot be suffocated, the coal tar solidifies around the stand, and Joseph uses Hermit Purple to rip the immobilized Empress to shreds. Meanwhile, nearby, the Empress user, Naina, is also torn to shreds.
Yeah, that's what I really love about that is if the stand dies, the user dies, and usually it's in the same way.
Yeah.
So imagine you're a bystander and you just happen to be passing Naina at the time, and all of a sudden she just fucking like, you ever core a pineapple? Like that just happens to
just
her.
Fucking just immediately. Just absolutely pulped.
Like, just chunky salsa, like from human to chunky salsa. Crazy. Like, it was just ridiculous. Hold on, I'm going to pause the episode. I'll pause the episode 1 second.
So, leading into our last episode that we're going to cover tonight, I think it's a good pause, and we're going to figure out why at the end of the recap of this episode. We've got episode 13, Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, wait, no, not yet.
Yes, yet? No, not yet. That's Darby. That's next. That's next time, probably. So, while driving to Pakistan, the group encounter Anne hitchhiking and reluctantly take her with them. Holy shit, this girl be lasting another 7 episodes after she was introduced.
Can you imagine how fucking far you have gone right now? And then she just shows back up hitchhiking? She just happens to be there? Come on now.
Unbelievable. Either way, continuing their journey, a red car plays a deadly game of tag with them and eventually pushes them over a cliff. Kakuin uses his Hierophant Green to hook a cable to the other car. Jotaro then uses Star Platinum to pull them to safety, knocking the other car down the cliff in the process. Just then, a voice comes from their own car's radio, revealing the red car to be the Wheel of Fortune stand, which emerges from the ground and destroys the Joestar group's car.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a stand that was a boat, and now we have a stand that's a car.
Yeah, so stands can literally... The thing we get from this episode is that stands can be literally anything. At all.
In essence, yeah, as long as it has, enough of an explanation, then it really can be whatever the fuck you want.
I don't even think that's the case. I think the stands just are them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They probably have no choice in how they manifest it, or they're individual just as individual people are.
I guess so, yeah. That's true. Can you imagine, though? Imagine waking up one day and your stand is a fucking ship.
That's pretty sick, yeah. No,
I don't... How would you find that out? Because, fucking Joseph's, it just happened. It just, his stand manifested around his arm. I feel so bad for the guy whose stand was the ship.
Yeah, that's true. He's I know we won't get into it, but I just feel like Dio, stabs this orangutan with an arrow and it's like, what do you feel? I feel something coming from, the port to the south. Literally. Yeah. Oh my God. It's tough to figure out, probably your stand.
Just a giant fucking freight ship manifests in the middle of a metropolis. Just
I think it would be... I'd feel really shitty for the dude whose stand is an ATV.
Yeah.
He'd just be like, oh.
Or whose stand is even more underwhelming, he's just got control of pencils. Jojo literally found a way to make that a character in part 4, so be quiet. What? Oh yeah, wait a minute, yes! Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh boy. Right. So, it transforms, chasing them and soaking them with projectiles of gasoline. Wheel of Fortune's user ZZ Top uses the sparks on his car to try to set Jotaro ablaze. R.I.P. to Dusty Hill, by the way.
Yeah. Crazy.
I do love a little ZZ Top. Obviously, given my name, that was a frequent nickname by my mother, so I felt very kindred with this guy and his sick war car.
Yeah.
However, Jotaro avoids the flames, which is a thing you can do, by using Star Platinum to dig underground, destroy Wheel of Fortune, and send ZZ flying out into the open. After chaining ZZ to a rock, the group take his car, which had reverted back to its original dilapidated form, and continues on their journey.
Yeah, that's another thing about the JoJo cast, is they never really except obviously with the exception of fucking I forgot the guy's name who had Hanged Man, but they don't really kill their enemies. They
not if they don't have to. I figure.
No, not if they don't
motivated to.
If they can leave them alive, they do, which I think is really cool. They could just fucking go murk these people, but they're badly made.
I was about to say, yeah. I was like, I don't know. I feel like we run into the Batman problem here. Is anyone really, what is someone's quality of life after being beaten by Star Platinum,
I guess so, yeah, if their bones are a fine powder, I guess it would just be better to kill them.
It'd be more of a mercy, I think.
Yeah.
So, to cap off our recap of Stardust Crusaders so far, a major villain deciding to get involved, Enya decides to then confront the group personally with her stand, Justice.
Yeah, this is a cool stand.
Justice is a lot of fun, and it gets
Yeah.
its own 2-part episode, and it's absolutely worth it. And it's the second
Hell
time
yeah.
Polnareff gets attacked in a bathroom.
It is the second time. It's not even the last time he gets attacked.
It's
in a
not even the last time. No, thank you for asking. No, it is not.
fucking crazy. I think Iraqi just has a problem with bidets, and I think that's why.
No, he's not into the bidet. He's not bidet centric. I don't
I
think.
think that's why Polnareff gets his ass kicked in the bathroom all the time.
Oh my lord.
Oh man.
So I would say so here's my question. As somebody who like is really attached and stringent to the old ways of JoJo, the old gods, what did you like? Because you were really enjoying yourself a little, Joseph Joestar, but then it took you a moment of reluctance to start watching Stardust Crusaders. So what did you like about Stardust Crusaders by episode 13? Like you were in there, we had the whole group of homies. What were you feeling?
The stands were weird. I'll say that. I was very like, okay, that happened now, I guess. Fucking why? I guess we'll find out. But by like episode 2, I was like, oh, I get it. Oh, I get the stands. And I was like, okay, I'm in. All these stands could be totally different things. It leads. The nature of stands literally opens up the entire world to be any adventure.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool. Just the very nature of a stand itself. It could be fucking anything. And that leads so many creative paths, and I think that's so awesome. But also at the same time, I miss me a little Hamon. I really do love that kind of thing, and I would have really loved it if we found out that Hamon could hurt stands, and Joseph being the last Hamon user, let him have his fucking glory. Let him have his last bit of Hamon use before part 4, before he becomes utterly useless. And I love that concept. And even he used Hamon on a stand in the first 2 episodes and then just never again.
I mean, he did just use it against the Empress in episode 12. So.
Yes! Well, he kind of used it against the Empress. Like, it was more of Hermit Purple than Hamon. So
sure, but he definitely did use it, and I don't know if you remember. I don't remember him using it earlier than this.
Yeah, he chopped, I think, the beetle or something, like the stag beetle, something like that.
I think we did this in the last podcast. So
yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna rewatch that episode, and I'm gonna prove.
I remember it was like a very, very quiet like Hamon overdrive. Like, he just did it. Like, he was swatting a fly away. And I was like, really? That's the last Hamon overdrive we get?
Yes. Yes. The way of the future is now, and it stands. And even though Hamon is like an actual Japanese word meaning like holy light, like, or something like that, something having to do with holiness, stands are called stand because they stand next to you.
Great. So good. You know what? It's better than what I thought it was, because I thought JoJo was all just music references, and I thought stands were referencing music stands. So
my God, that is incredible.
You know what?
I love that.
You know what my favorite Xbox game is? Halo Reach. That's what that is.
I don't think so. That's like not that bad. Like, I don't think that's terrible.
Big reach. Like, that's
it's definitely loosening up a couple of muscle tendons, but I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's a deep stretch.
I think it would be like, it definitely wouldn't be out of line for the way that JoJo works.
Mine was way dumber. Before I was a JoJo convert. I was like, stands? What the fuck? Like. And so I originally thought it was, you're not ready. I originally thought it was how much damage they could endure,
withstand,
like how much they could stand.
Withstand. adore that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. I told the Jojo fan that, and I watched them die inside as I said it.
Oh my god, I love that so much. That's ridiculous.
Because now at this point in the series, the stands are still relatively base concepts. Like,
yeah.
Like fucking, Magician's Red, Fire Chicken, Wheel of Fortune, War Car, like, it's all very kind of straightforward. In parts 4 and 5, and then onward and upward, all the way through part 8 in the manga, stands just take on a completely other life of their own, and they just become more and more in-depth and powerful, and they go through stages and all this stuff. And I think that while Stardust Crusaders is kind of like Monster of the Week and like a little campy, like, it lays the foundation for what essentially becomes what we can all imagine to be the later, more matured parts of what the writer wanted to write and wanted to make.
It definitely is like that. It's definitely almost like the first draft. Like Stardust Crusaders feels like the first draft for the concept of stands. And it's like, it's so good and it's so pure. And you're right, it's so base. Like, compared to what comes next, like, they're no fucking Killer Queens yet, No. And even Killer Queen is kind of base considering what we get in part 5. Like,
yeah, that's also true. Yeah,
it's
only
so
increases,
crazy. Yeah, but like when you take a concept such as a stand, and you already have gone this far in depth with what they can possibly do, we're only in episode 15? I think we ended at
13.
13. So we're only 13 episodes deep into the concept of the stand.
Yeah, which is 48 episodes long, so we're not even halfway.
And we have already seen a car, we have seen a freighter, we have seen a tumor gremlin, we've seen Punch Man, we've seen Hawk Punch Fireman, we've seen Silver Chariot, which is like just mechanical sword dude, we've seen Mirror Man, we've seen Gun. We've
seen Gun!
for his neutral B, Whole Horse wields a gun. Like, it's just,
oh my god.
We've seen so much already, and 13 episodes in, like, when you lay that kind of a creative foundation, of course they're going to get absolutely insane without the risk of being repetitive.
Right.
So, like, even like in part 4, they managed to separate the two Punch Boys by a pretty big margin. And I would think that was really cool. They did
separate the Punch Boys in that one, yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. And it's just, oh, God, I love this show. I love the creativity and the designs. Oh, goodness, the designs are so beautiful. Except for the tumor gremlin. But, like,
except for who?
Good. Except for the tumor gremlin.
Oh, God, Empress. Oh, my God, yeah, that's true.
I'm good on that. But beautifully drawn, beautifully designed, and so much fun to look at is what this show is.
Absolutely. I feel like what you said about fandom blood it had to happen in order to set up battle tendency. I feel like at the very least, even though I will ride or die for Stardust Crusaders for the rest of my life, it's my favorite part of JoJo, even now, that Stardust Crusaders had to happen in order to set up Diamond is Unbreakable, Golden Wind, Stone Ocean, Steel Ball Run, Jojolion, all of it. Everything had to start right here. You
know what, man? It's like I brought up Halo as a joke before, but it's like the Halo 1 of the series. It had to, it set everything up. It set everything up. It needed to happen. You know what? Is it the best part of JoJo? No, not at all. But it had to happen. It was beautifully done, and it perfectly set everything up.
Okay. We'll definitely agree on that latter
Yeah.
part of what you said back there. But I guess insofar as we don't need to go super in depth with this, but I think to round it off, what do you think your stand would be?
I've thought about this for a long time. Because obviously it has to have a musical name because that's where stands are now. I
true.
believe my stand would be a physical brawler type stand called Jungle Boogie.
Nice. I like that one.
It would be a gorilla in a silver tuxedo with a banana tie and sunglasses.
I adore this. I can't make it clear enough. Like, it's so good. That's so good.
So I think
Is it reflective? Is it giving me like
not like chrome reflective, but like
is it like Liberace? Like is it like rhinestones?
like Kazuya Mishima suit reflective. Like, you know what I mean?
That is good, man. That is good. Definitely far and away above what I was expecting. I love that.
Definitely a movement and strength based stand.
Love that. Absolutely love that.
What about yours?
I would probably go with something a little bit quieter, stealthier, meant for like assassination, and something that can work with like I guess hiding in plain sight or hiding in shadow. And I want a stand that is reactive to light, so it can hide in the shadow as it moves if light changes.
So like if I were to, let's say, shine my reflective tuxedo at
Right, yes. Or like if somebody's like moving around with a light object, like if you shine a flashlight at me, I'll be able to hide in the shadow that's being made behind the object. I would have to be exposed to total light in order for my stand to be exposed. And I would be the only male stand user with a female looking stand, because it normally seems that it is correlational to the gender. Yeah. But I would love to have that. And I would call it Miss Murder after the AFI song. Yeah.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
So once again, in everything we have ever done, I'm the tank and you're the DPS.
All day, baby. I will always love to be a little bit faster and quicker. And I think that you should go fast to Netflix, to Hulu, to any of your anime streaming sites and watch Stardust Crusaders. If you've ever been trying to get into the Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, I come after me if you want. Let's Sleeping Dogs lie on this. You know how I feel about this. You can start at Stardust Crusaders. You can start at Stardust Crusaders. You can start at Stardust Crusaders.
I would say at least start at Battle Tendency. But like, you don't really have to.
Not necessarily.
You can view Battle Tendency as like a prequel. Almost.
That's what I liked about it. Actually, what I liked most is like starting kind of like how Star Wars starts, like right in the middle of things.
Yeah, it's like,
and then like going back.
It really does feel like Stardust Crusaders does have a very episode 4 feel to it, where like it felt like the beginning of the series. Like Joseph was established enough to really kind of establish the whole series as a whole. And
he was the Ben Kenobi. He
really was the Ben Kenobi. And then it's like you go back and you meet Speedwagon in the first like 9 episodes. You're like, oh shit, that's where the Speedwagon Foundation comes from. That's what he was. I like that. I really enjoy that. So you can do that. You can start at Stardust, but just I love Joseph, so start at Battle Tendency.
I agree. If you want the full JoJo experience, definitely start at Battle Tendency. Yeah. If you're looking to kind of hop on to this very, very rabid fan base, I'm saying that you definitely want to do your homework on parts 1 and 2, but parts 3, 4, 5, and soon to be on a monthly basis 6 are really kind of have the groundwork laid in Stardust Crusaders. But like definitely. Stardust Crusaders also has Joseph Joestar, who's a very important character. So I agree with Colton as well. If you want to get the kind of episode 1 Phantom Menace of Joseph Joestar, go back, watch Battle Tendency. But for the love of God, watch a recap video on Phantom Blood. Good night.
Yeah. Phantom Blood can be summed up in 45 minutes. That's, you know what I mean?
For the love of God, we love you all. Thank you all for listening to another evening of us talking about one of my favorites. And this has been me and my stand, Colton.
Yeah. Ora?
Ora. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.